Alright, so I am taking out the seal. This is more for me to remember it. I'm pulling out. Look at this rolled up underneath it. And that goes up under the clips. It's connected here, here, here. I got my hand up underneath here. Where else is it connected? Just so I remember it. Right here. Later. And I'm going to take out this support on this side. And then this support right here. Let's see the support. Alright, also so I don't forget, this is the bracket. Don't forget to get felt for this, because that rattles around and makes a shitload of noise. Alright, here's the lock. Again, this is mostly just for me. Assembled. There's the through latch. The lock right there. Pull. Although door pull always worked better than. Alright, that unlatching the door. And then I don't know, this has got issues. There we go. Man, you're all gonna crank. Alright, so I'll take all this out. Here's the front window seal. The rear window seal goes here. This piece goes between them. And let's see if you can see that. The plastic liner, that is shot. I'll be replacing that. So all this will come out. And glazing along the back side of the guides. I remember reading about this. I'll have to look at that. Alright, I'm going to leave the lock on. Don't forget that felt pad. And this is for the window guide behind here. Alright. Alright, again, just so I don't forget, door hinges bolt in to a backing plate. That is the backing plate. It's actually, it's held in by a bracket there, and that other bracket is pretty slide a little. And similar back there. Check strap looks fairly out of round. I may have to weld that bracket on right there. Cut it off and weld it through or something. Alright, so now we're looking down in the door. So I'm like leaning to give you perspective. Here's the door. There's the bottom front. There's the bottom rear. So going down in. So here is all the old Ziebart. It's a little surface rust down in there. Kind of concerns me though, it's in that crack. And then here's looking down into the bottom. There's where some of the rust is. They had kind of clogged up this drain right here. Right? There's my. So this was clogged. And the water ran down in here, so I got to clean out all this undercoat. I think I'm going to leave the majority of the undercoat on the door. It seems to have done its job pretty well. Yeah, I got to clean all this out. Alright, so I sanded that all off. It's actually better than I thought. It's surface rust. Let me turn this down. So it's only surface rust. My camera zooms in so much. So yeah, so I think I'll hit that with some maybe vinegar water and let it sit. I think we'll be kind of done there. I don't know how much further to take it. You can see right here there's a low spot. I may try and hammer and dolly that up. I can feel it right there. But the rest of the door looks pretty good. There's some minor surface rust in the back, so I don't have to weld here. Alright, so here's the inside of the door. It looks like just surface rust. The only thing that kind of concerns me, I just don't know, is down in here. If I can spray some rust converter down in there to soak in. I got to get rid of all that undercoating at the bottom. I think I'm going to keep this undercoating. Surface rust. I may have to cut that out and weld that in. That's a lip. And we'll see how bad that is. It feels pretty solid, but I think I'll have to get rid of that. And then down in there, I just don't have enough experience. The only way I can see to get in there to get rid of all that surface rust totally would be to skin the door. But the door, I mean, it looks in perfect shape, so I'm loath to do that. You know, there's a little bit of rust in here in these seams. I think I'll wire wheel that out. You can see a teeny bit here, a teeny bit here, but I just don't, I can't see that being an issue if I just hit it with a wire wheel. You know, I don't know if I'll have to sand by hand up underneath here. I'm waiting on hinge parts. I gave up trying to push out the pins there. It's kind of a retarded design. I'll show another video on that. And I just ordered new hinges. That's about it. So I'm going to try and clean out the bottom of the door. And these are the waste. It's for any Triumph guys. These are the waste seal clips. There's 7 of them. Well, I've only got 5. There's supposed to be 7. And that's what holds the seal in to keep the water. You can see it here. You keep the water off the panel. So I'm letting those soak. Trying to get them off later. This all looks good. So pretty good on this door. Alright, I scraped out those few inches of Ziebart undercoating, and it gave me just a taste of what a freaking pain in the ass this is going to be for the rest of the car. It's like napalm. If it flies off and lands on your hand with your heat gun. So, anyway, just keep it on. Alright, so I had a mirror up underneath here looking for rust. It's all surface. There's actually, here's the other old mirror. The mirror that I had that some guy put on. And you can see it's totally crooked. The guy did kind of a shitty job. This is brazed from the factory, from what I was reading. They brazed both ends together. So, but I'm getting some rust down in here, and it's up underneath, and then up under here is just surface rust. So I am gonna cut out this little section here. I'll make a lip and weld that back in, probably just right to here, and get all the rust out from underneath there. And actually I'll inspect here too. It looks a little suspicious. there's old drill holes from the old mirror and old rivets here that just got bonded over. So from underneath it looks just like little stalactites. So I'll have to. This is gonna go down to metal, or maybe not. I don't know. I'm still torn. But yeah, it's just surface rust up under there.